Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to this week's reflection. This is Bold Voices 4W, and I'm your host, Khadija Halliru. Welcome to this week's reflection, where we pause to unpack the whirlwind of global events that not only shape our world, but also deeply affect our mental and emotional well being. And that's my focus today because when you think about all that has happened from fires to presidential talks and quitting and international news, this week's headlines have been filled with heavy stories. Political scandals that shake our faith in leadership, devastating natural disasters linked to climate change, and societal changes that leave us questioning how we move forward. The events are more than news. To me, I think about them as, historical events that are happening. We're taking our time to reflect on each of them, but they're reminders of the fragility of systems we depend on and the urgency of change, which is one of the things that I kind of had to grapple with. I'm like, we cannot keep making climate change a political talking point. It's no wonder that in the midst of all of this, our mental health takes a hit. You feel depressed, you feel tired. It's winter. A lot of people, going through the winter blues, anyways. The weight of these issues can make us feel small, even powerless. And as you can see, the mighty and the wealthy being affected so badly, it's easy to lose sight of our purpose in the face of so much uncertainty. But here's what I've come to understand. The world may feel overwhelming, but we are not powerless. We are not helpless. To navigate these times, we must take intentional steps. We must make those intentional steps to protect our mental health while we stay true to, we'll stay true to our purpose. So I kind of reflected a bit this week, and instead of just coming and talking about a specific event, I feel mental health is worth really taking a look at because some of us have been grappling with the toll on images that have just been horrific for the past 1.5 years. I know so many people who tell me they don't take a look outside what happens here locally, but we have to understand we operate in a global village. It's a global responsibility to a united cause to make sure that there is a world order that is orderly, I guess. Well, for me, I think my first advice is to filter your intake. Yes, you don't want to know about everything, but you can filter and be mindful of the news you consume. If you're into politics or into global events, you'll find that that's maybe your focus. But stay informed, but set boundaries to avoid just the information overload. For example, on Instagram and all the places we would see so many gruesome videos. You take time to kind of take a seat and reflect on your mental health and how much you can take, because not every headline deserves your energy, right? Another thing I find that is helping is to ground yourself. You know, in challenging times, grounding practices like prayer and mindfulness or just journaling can help anchor you. And that's what I do when I feel like it's just overwhelming and too much. I just take time to focus on these things, and these moments of stiffness allow you clarity. Sorry, moments of stillness. They allow you clarity to emerge from the chaos. And you find that you emerge stronger, you emerge more focused because you kind of took time to deal with it, right? But what's the focus on the impact that this is happening? This is having on us is remember that while we can't solve every problem, we can make a difference within our scope of influence, right? So wherever you are, whatever the problem is, just look within your own immediate surroundings and what you can do, because you can find small, actionable ways to contribute to positive change, whether it's through community work, advocacy, or simply showing kindness to others. And then most importantly, I found that in my vulnerability in the last year, I've actually had to seek support. Talk about what you're feeling, and whether it's with your friends or family or a professional, you got to share your thoughts and kind of lighten the load and create some space for healing. Because then as you reflect, you find that sometimes people just do what they do because they don't know enough and they don't even know what they're doing sometimes. But you're the receiving end. You're the one grappling with the after effect or the aftermath. So you just have to seek support to make sure you don't go crazy. And then reconnecting with my why, I think, has really been the best thing that came out of any situation that I've been. I take time out to reflect on what is my why in this moment. And when the world feels heavy, I really recommend everybody just take a pause and revisit the purpose of what drives you. So you ask yourself, what legacy do you want to leave behind? Because every single day we see death, we see destruction. You should also think about it happening right here, right now, at home with you. You don't know who's next. So for me, I ask, what legacy do I want to leave behind? And let this be my compass, especially when I'm in difficult times. So because we can't always control what happens in the world, we can control what happens, basically how we respond. We can control what happens with us. So I think, just for a short reflection for anyone who's needing to hear this, let's commit to showing up, not just for others, but for ourselves. The world needs more people who are grounded, resilient, and purposeful. And because that's how true change begins. My call on everyone who's feeling the need to step up, to rise up, to speak up, to feel comfortable and courageous to do it. But these are my tips on how we can maybe create some change little by little, but still maintain your sanity. So, hope that this makes sense. I've been working diligently on being grounded, whether it's in my own home, my own community, my work, my business, and just the social network that we continue to build around us. And that's what keeps us going in times when we're down. But from the fires in California to the news that came out of the UK this week, oh my God, to, our political headlines here at home, and all of that, I just want to say, take a breath, take a deep breath. It was just way too much. Thank you for joining me in this reflection. Stay informed, stay hopeful, and above all, let's take care of our mental health. Until next time, it's Khadija Halliru, and this was Bold Voices 4W.